Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Callie and today we are going to be talking about how to learn to be okay with being single. I want to do this video in a storytelling way just because I feel like that is the best way to get my advice across. For those of you who don't know, I was in a 2 year long relationship. We were on and off for 5 years. And when that relationship ended, I had no idea who I was, what to do with my life, how to enjoy being single. I just felt very lonely. So, today, that is what we are going to be talking about. And without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right into the video. Maybe you went through a breakup recently and you're struggling to figure out how to continue doing life without that person. And I completely get it. I was in the same position. I had built my whole life around another person. My hobbies, my interests, everything that I did was built around someone else. So when that relationship ended, I had no idea what to do. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I enjoyed doing. And I really struggled with being single. And don't get me wrong, although I have been single now for 2 years, it is still hard sometimes. Sometimes I still miss having someone there with me. Sometimes I still miss being able to come home to someone and watch a movie and cuddle up and talk to someone about everything. And sometimes I do just really miss having that person in my life. However, in these 2 years, I have grown so much, and I want to teach you guys how to do the same thing. So, my first piece of advice is to accept that healing is not linear. You are going to have so many good weeks where you're so happy, where you're so glad that you made the decision that you did, or that that person maybe ended the relationship, but you're going to be really happy at times, and then other times you're going to be really sad. And you're really going to miss that person, and you're really going to miss that connection that you had with that person. So once you can accept and let yourself feel those emotions, that is going to be where your healing is going to start. Once you have accepted that healing is not linear, I want you to take a really good look at your life right now. When I very first got out of my relationship, I had no hobbies. With him, his hobbies were all outdoorsy stuff, and I didn't really enjoy doing outdoorsy stuff, but I did it because that's what he enjoyed doing. And the only hobby that I really had was reading. So I decided to buy so many different things to try out different hobbies to learn what I liked, because when people would ask me like, "What do you like to do for fun?" I had zero clue what I like to do for fun because everything that I did was with him. I 100% recommend getting into a hobby. Finding maybe even 2 or 3 hobbies that you love. For me right now, I still love reading, but I also enjoy making sourdough. I learned how to sew. I love doing the little gem art. So there are like so many different things that you can learn to do. I even roller skate now. So maybe do some research on different hobbies. If you're a creative person, maybe find a creative hobby like some kind of artistic thing, or even sewing or baking. Baking can be very artsy as well. So maybe find something that is fitting to who you are as a person. And if you are an outdoorsy person, then maybe start getting into hiking, going on walks in nature, going to the lake, going to rivers, going to the beach if you live in a coastal state, and just really starting to divulge into those things. You want to be entertained. When you start feeling lonely, you're going to want something to do. You don't just want to sit around. You don't just want to wait there and wait for somebody to come and save you, because you need to learn to be okay with yourself. Another thing that really helped me personally was divulging into wellness, looking into supplements, starting to do better skincare, red light therapy, doing warm water in the morning with lemon in it. Different things like that can help you feel like you're taking care of yourself, and they are so important. Focus on your self care. Start building a routine that you love, whether that is a skincare routine, a supplement routine, a night routine, morning routine. Building these routines is going to make you feel like you are not doing everything alone. And it's also going to teach you that you have yourself and you have your routine regardless of whatever else is happening in your life, regardless of whatever other people are in your life. The next thing I want to say is solo dates are so, so important. Taking yourself out on a solo date, and that could be anything from going out to the movies, going to a restaurant. It could even be you make yourself a nice dinner and you watch your favorite show. And that is going to teach you to prioritize yourself and spending time with yourself. You need to enjoy who you are as a person in order to be able to be single, and you need to enjoy your own company in order to be single. The next thing I would say is you should build yourself a community of people who care about you, who love you, who show that they care about you. When I got out of my relationship, I did not really have very many friends. I had one friend that I would see somewhat consistently, but other than that, I didn't really have friends, and that's okay too. You don't need to have a huge group of friends. Building a community can even be spending more time with your family, getting an animal or two that you can take care of. I have 5 animals that I absolutely love that have brought me so much joy since being single and since being on my own because I don't feel lonely when I have them. And now also I do live with roommates that I love and I have so much fun. We have little movie nights that we just hang out, watch a show together and eat some snacks, talk about things. So I think that building a community is so important, and I also spend so much more time with my family now that I'm single. I'm actually able to go over there more often and talk to them about things and hang out and spend time with my little sister and my brother. And I've been able to go on some family trips with just my family and not including a partner, and it's made me even closer with them. And the final point I want to make is that you need to figure out your goals. What do you want with your life? When you picture yourself 5 years from now, what does that version of you look like? Does she go to the gym every day? Does she eat healthy? Does she have a certain kind of job? Is she tidy? Does she keep her spaces clean? Figure out your goals and what you want with your life because at the end of the day, you need to be okay with also not having another person. Build yourself up to a point where you are so happy with who you are as a person that if you don't have a partner, it doesn't matter. Just because you are alone does not mean that you yourself are lonely. There are so many positive experiences in being single and truly figuring out who you are as a person. The other day, I was talking to my mom and I told her it's so weird that I've been single for 2 years now. Because if you would have told me 2 years ago that I would be single for this long, I would have laughed because I was a serial dater. I didn't know how to be alone. I was always in a relationship. It was like every 4 months, I would be with someone. I would go through a breakup and then 4 months later I'd be in a relationship again. So being single for 2 years now is such an accomplishment for me. And there's so much beauty in being single and realizing that eventually you are going to meet someone that you love so much and that loves you so much. And you are going to get to experience the first times with that person all over again. The first date with them, your first kiss, your first time you hold hands, and you're going to get to experience marriage and if that's something that you believe in, and having kids if that's something that you want. So just realizing just because you're single now does not mean that you are going to be single forever. So appreciate the time that you do have with yourself and build yourself into a version of you that you love. Because then when that person does eventually come along, you are going to be so happy that now you know who you are as a person. I think that's all that I have for you guys today. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please comment down below and let me know. If you enjoyed the video, please do like it, or if you didn't like it, then go ahead and dislike it. That's up to you. I hope to see everybody in the next video. Please subscribe if you are enjoying my content, and I hope that you guys all have a lovely rest of your day. Bye, guys.